Welcome to the Mizzle Dub Show. Welcome to the Mizzle Dub Show. 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 Dub Show. Welcome to the Mizzle Dub Show.
Greetings from Krypton. And greetings from another edition of the Mizzle Dub Show. As at time is playoff time in the association, and it actually started on Tuesday night. We will cover all bases of the games that took place on Tuesday, Wednesday, and then we'll preview tomorrow's playing game as Hello, are you there?
Yeah, look, he's gonna. Well, we do have a special guest. Just hopefully he's gonna dial in here pretty soon.
Oh, trying to
just ready for that dramatic
undo his technical difficulties, but nonetheless, Oh, is that trying to be like the Undertaker? And the light shines, right as on Mr. Tarkill.
Just making it a little dramatic. That's all.
Should I play the Undertaker music now? Should I play the gongs? Anyhow, friend of the program, subscribe to the program, our good friend, and I guess we can call him our basketball insider. The one only Mr. Steve Dogan has joined us once again. Welcome back, Mr. Dogan.
What's up, y'all? Man, it's nice to be back on the show and everything. It's always fun when you guys get on and stuff like that. So I saw the Instagram and having some fun with that and everything. So yes, it is time, the best time of the year in the NBA. It's now time to ramp it up, get some real stuff going.
Yes.
All you other losers that have been trying for, the Frenchmen, good luck to y'all and getting that Frenchman, but it's time to get the money, the real big bucks. The playoffs are here. I will include the play-in as a playoff, even though they don't want to count the stats. Hey, it's something.
Still a basketball game.
It ramps it up.
First things first.
And hey, I can't talk. A team of mine that I didn't think was gonna make it, made it.
The Bulls, the first 10 seed to win.
Yeah, and let's talk about your beloved Chicago Bulls, who pull off the comeback after being down 18 last night to the Raptors. Because I know the last time we had talked, you said, "Nah, ain't happening." But now, nonetheless, they will be playing the Milwaukee Bucks. No, yeah, the Bucks.
All I can say is, man, it's amazing what Pat Beverly can do.
For him to be a little,
are we really paying the Bucks?
Just make the things happen.
Yeah, Pat Beverly really came in there and changed things around. I am shocked by that. I really am, and turned things around and got us into the playoff, changed their heart and everything. He ain't being the point guard, but just that attitude, that Chi-Town attitude came up in there, and hey, all of a sudden now we were to play in, and now we doing this, and we just got to.
No, I'm sorry.
It's Miami. Yeah, I'm gonna say we playing Miami next.
I made a mistake. The winner of tomorrow's game between the Bulls and the Heat will play the Bucks in round one. I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself. I'm sorry.
So your prediction is the Bulls
I apologize. So on tomorrow's game,
well, if you're picking them to play the Bucks, so I'm just saying your prediction is that the Bulls are winning tomorrow.
Well, if Zach LaVine has a game like he had, it is possible, because if Miami gets off to a bad start like that again, as it did against Atlanta,
I don't think Jimmy Butler is going to allow that to happen.
Yeah.
So either
and Jimmy he ain't gonna be total revenge on us, he ain't too mad at us like he would look at like Philly or Minnesota,
Yeah.
but he is kind of that Miami game wasn't a good game, and it's just like, ooh,
I mean, what else could he
I
have
know.
done? What else could he have done in that game? I mean, if he did,
um,
you can ask for it.
I did see a couple times when that man said to driven to the lane and he kind of settled and well, I'll take this jump shot or I'll do there. There were some times I was like, yo, man, get it in there. Like I
Jimmy's
was
good for
shocked by
that.
Miami. I'm
Jimmy is
sorry,
good for that.
Miami shocked.
Well,
That I thought that was going to be an easy victory for them.
So did Charles Barkley.
well, well.
$1 billion.
First off, first off, you got to give credit to Quinn Snyder. Quinn Snyder has definitely changed the culture there after the firing of Nate McMillan. That's one key. But also, Collins has been a big help. And also, Trey with Sadiq Bey, getting Sadiq Bey to come from Detroit to Atlanta has also helped. And he had a very solid 17-point game against Miami. Of course, Trey is going to be Trey. But I think what really was a non factor for Miami was Bam Adebayo. Where were you? Where were you?
Yeah.
Didn't see you.
Well, and another thing they couldn't keep Kent Capella getting rebounds, and I'm not even talking about defensive rebounds. He was killing them on the offensive rebounds by himself. He had like 10 offensive rebounds alone. I mean, he had close to 25 total rebounds, and I believe 10 of those maybe were offensive. I mean, he was killing. And I wasn't even watching the game. I had him in my earbuds while I was working. But just by the way the announcers were talking, it just seems like that the Heat had no answer for Atlanta. They couldn't rebound or nothing.
Answer your question. Clint Capella finished with 21 boards against Miami in that 116
It felt
105 victory.
I could tell you.
I swear he had 25.
Yeah,
Well,
I came in like right before halftime, and I was kind of shocked at the score. And okay, Miami get into halftime, get it revved up. They did their third quarter run, but it's just like everybody said. It seems like Miami just was not in it at all. Like Miami's a visiting team to Miami,
Right.
and you had that South Bay flu and everything. Like they didn't. I don't know what happened, and it's just like I get it. Atlanta's good. You're right, Dub. Definitely got to give Quinn Snyder credit. I forgot he was even there, and he got them on a whole new level and everything. I'm sorry, they might give Boston a game or something, but
that's about it.
Yeah, I looked at Miami more.
No,
than
it should be it should be a gentleman's sweep. I'll give the Hawks one game against Boston.
I agree.
But Atlanta control the glass at 60 rebounds. 22 of those were offensive. And switching over to perhaps, I won't say the luckiest one, but the touch off of Chris Broussard kind of said,
who? You know how I feel about that light bright motherfucker. I can't stand Chris Broussard.
He ain't the Uncle Tom. That goes to somebody else.
Are we talking about Nick Wright or Shannon Sharp?
No. I can't think of it. His name hasn't been rang my bell in so long because
Whitlock.
There you go. There you go.
You talking about Whitlock? You talking about Precious?
Yeah, him. That's the Uncle Tom of Uncle Tom. Everybody else I can deal with. Whitlock, that's a whole other story.
Stop it.
That's true. That's why he get called. Wait, the association players called that man Precious. I forget. I forgot who was it.
No, but
freezing up. I'm gonna hit y'all back. I'm gonna come back in real quick. Make sure my internet's good. Hold on, I'll come back.
All of our internets. We'll just do it. This is what happens when things are live. I think Dub might have met. Oh, everybody just left. You still here, Dub? Oh boy. All right.
just got back in. I'm like, Steve was an a-hole.
Do we have to start this one over? Do we let it ride or do we start it over?
Just say that right.
Yep. This is what
happens.
happens.
Just have to apologize to the fans.
This is what happens when you're in 3 different places and we're not all in one room. This is what happens. We do apologize for that.
What happens, folks.
But
yes.
Guys have been with us.
Definitely apologize for that.
But just to get I don't think, I believe Atlanta get one game. Trae Young will take one game by himself,
Definitely that for sure. It's just he can have one game to where he can the finals because they still have the Warriors mentally in their head from last year's finals. Now, but back to what we were trying to say before we were rudely interrupted by technology. But there was one thing that I did agree with that Chris Broussard said, and I very hardly watched that show, but I do agree that the Lakers fortunate that they won that game because the Minnesota Timberwolves pulled, as I would like to say, a Inglewood Chargers, which is having a double-digit lead, blowing it. But at the same time,
his last is it Grant Williams? Is it Grant Williams for the Timberwolves?
Nah.
The head coach?
No. The player. What's the basketball player? He was in the movie, the basketball movie for the Timberwolves. The one that couldn't hit shit.
Well, that's a lot of them, but
Anthony Edwards could. Anthony Edwards could hit.
Yes, him. If the man makes about 3 of those shots, they win that game. 3-4 of those shots that I think he went 3 of 11, 13.
I mean,
3 of 17 for the game, 0 of 9 from 3.
You guys have been home more than me. Did we get an injury report? Because a lot of people are feeling like he was injured or something like that. Have we heard anything, or they may not be saying anything because they got a game tomorrow?
He wasn't injured. His pride is just injured because he couldn't make a damn 3-point shot.
I mean, he couldn't make anything. He tried driving to the lane and wasn't getting anything.
If he would have
just 17,
50% of his, not even 50% of his shots, if he'd have made 45% of his shots, they win that game.
If he makes at least 3 of those 9 3-point shots he attempts, Minnesota wins this game.
Or how about this? If Cat actually knows how to do a post-up game, and actually when you post up, when you have someone 2 feet smaller than you and you post them up and, beat them up inside instead of just, oh, no, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to do anything. Oh, when I'm on the outside, let me go ahead and shoot this. I mean,
and here's my thing. And here's my thing. Why are you not going LeBron when LeBron has 5 fouls?
Because he had 5 and he wasn't trying to do anything afterwards.
I'll tell you what, you know what? I'm going to also say this. It wasn't just his shots that he was missing. They didn't take the opportunity when they got those turnovers when the Lakers was just trying to hand in the game. They didn't convert on none of those turnovers. I think they had 3 or 4 opportunities, let alone in the fourth quarter. They could have put the game away. I mean, LeBron made a bonehead pass. I mean, they were just throwing the ball and they didn't. I'll say this. This is what I told another Laker fan. The Lakers won that game, yes, but the Timberwolves beat themselves. The Timberwolves lost that game more than the Lakers won that game. You can argue with me all you want to. I mean, everybody wants to. But the Timberwolves lost that game.
Let's be real. Let's be real. It's because it's the Lakers, the namesake. But like I said, these are the 7, 8, 9, 10 seeds. They're not that really good. If they were, they wouldn't be at the bottom. You can usually say, hey, an injury took somebody away or just no, you guys just ain't really that good. For the Lakers, in your case, you finally got a team in the second half and then some has after the trade deadline. But all the stuff you did beforehand really set you back. So
they started the season. Good. They started the season 2-10.
you're good, but you're not that good. And if it wasn't just for having LeBron James on your team, and this is talking from someone who's a big Laker fan as well, if it wasn't for having LeBron on your team, you wouldn't be doing anything. This is the Kobe team. I can't even say what year it was, maybe 06, 07, when you're scratching into the playoff and it's just Kobe and some people.
Well,
LeBron is just you.
Let me stop you right there, though, Steve. When LeBron was playing, they were the bottom of the league. The moment that he decided that I'm not going to play basketball no more. There's no reason to play. That team damn near had them at the 6th seed before LeBron saw that they were winning. Oh, my foot feels better. Let me come back in here and steal the glory. They were better without LeBron.
They probably, but here's the thing. Would you really trust your team with Anthony Davis?
No, because he's one injury away from done. But what I'm just saying is they got better when LeBron wasn't there. Is all I was getting at. So saying that LeBron did all that, did he really? Because he was on the sideline watching while that team was fighting. They were not even in the play-in tournament when LeBron was healthy. They damn near almost had the damn 5 seed.
But here's the other part of it. Wasn't it also when LeBron was trying to play with these guys, AD was out. And then AD kind of came back, and then LeBron went out. And then with AD, you make your run. And then, LeBron's like, I could go get surgery. Or, hey, let me see what this team can actually do. Because right now, he's right. The West was weak. If this was any other team where there's a strong West team, he probably ain't doing this. But because that window's open, okay, AD did pretty good. This is exactly what I brought you in for. So you can take the load off of me. Cool. Now we're getting in sync. AD, we all still pray that you just stay healthy and everything. I can carry y'all a little bit here. This West is wide open. Let's go for it. At least that's in their mind frame. I don't think the West is as wide open as they think, but that's what everybody else is saying.
AD is one foot injury away or walking on the airplane from being done.
That boy is just, like they said, every time that boy falls on the ground, everybody's holding their breath. And I can't blame
Sherman.
And what he
Sherman.
What he said, tells Hood, the boy got weak bones.
Sherman.
Just Mr. Glass. That's all.
That boy is one sneeze away a snapping his spleen. I'm telling you. And it sucks to say. But the Lakers can make this interesting. No, I'm just not going to sit here and say that just because if they fought their way to get back in there, they can make it interesting. But I think they can take Memphis to damn near 6-7 just because Steven Adams is not there.
Oh yeah, that's
a big presence in the middle missing from Memphis in this series.
Yeah, I would have gone for Memphis, but that Steven Adams thing, and I remember when he got hurt, I was like, ooh, and he's still hurt. That's gonna kill him. They're gonna run, but they're gonna miss that presence because, like you said, JJJ
huge loss, and not to mention the fact. Not to mention the fact that Worth, it is a different animal, but again, something we both pinpointed on as we were, talking about this is, and Steve, you hit the nail around the head. Is Memphis mature enough to get by the Lakers? Because we know the talent is there.
No, because Dylan Brooks ain't mature enough, and that's it right then and there. Everybody else might be good, but Dylan Brooks want to be Draymond Green, and you can't be Draymond Green.
Actually, the way he was dressed last Friday, he was trying to be in Bone Thugs and Harmony, actually. But that's a whole nother story. I mean, hey, it's your day off. You wanted to perm it out. The internet had fun, boy. You were just at the little Snoop Dogg Pink convention. But hey, I get it. You want that smoke. It's basically you trying to be Ric Flair. To be the man, you got to beat the man. And that's King James
Warriors. I don't know why.
King James is the
Lakers. The defending champs is in the same division.
Hey, you got to take baby steps, and the baby step is King James. Okay.
Okay. My
Get
bad.
some confidence first.
My bad. Right.
Because
Now,
I hate to say it, because they're for some reason. Well, no, I know what they're not afraid of the Warriors, and guess what? That's fine. That is good competition and everything else. They ain't worried about the Warriors, so they're gonna say, "Let's beat
you
King
may not
James."
be afraid.
They ain't afraid.
Well, I'll just say this.
I don't know if it's afraid. It's just they're
Cocky.
mentally in their heads.
They're
Yes.
cocky. That's the proper term to use. They're cocky. But as Draymond Green said, you ain't done nothing. How can you be this cocky when you ain't done nothing? And that's what I love about what Klay Thompson did when last time they played, and Dylan Brooks was going off at the mouth. All Klay just sat here and did this. And that's all you got to do. There's nothing you can say. You ain't done nothing. You make it to the playoffs, but have they even been to the Western Conference Finals? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
You don't
Not
see
yet.
So it's the media that is pumping up Memphis more than anything else. We watch basketball. We see it. I don't think Memphis is ready. And I believe, hate to say it, I got a little something left in my cup. I believe, even though people thinking that Memphis gonna just go through the Lakers, no, that is a seasoned veteran team right there. And it's like the Warriors are 1A and the Lakers are like 1B, maybe 1C, because it's a bunch of veterans on there. They've been there. They've won some games, and you got LeBron James. So don't be surprised if it goes 4-3 Lakers. Just
you know what I'm thinking as we talk. What Memphis really needed, and I know they couldn't pull it off. Minnesota did it. Mike Conley. That would have been.
Ain't that a breath of fresh air? That was a breath of fresh air for Minnesota.
That would have been your strategic point guard. Kind of slow things down. Let's get things right. Have that kind of confidence. Like you said, Memphis, and I love them. They're kind of built up. They got everything together. They built their team right, and they are feeling themselves like, hey, we came from the bottom. Now we doing this. We got one of the best players in the league today. We gonna ride with this. I understand where their confidence is coming from. Like, you're not gonna stop us when we feel this way. And like the Warriors said, hey, that's great that you feel that way, young buck. And guess what? You're gonna be just like the Bulls have to learn from the Pistons. The Pistons have to learn from the Celtics. The Celtics and the Lakers have to learn. You're gonna have to take some. And eventually, hey, this time may come.
Yeah.
We ain't letting it come today, but your time will come. And I hate to say it, Memphis, you might want to look behind you because OKC is getting ready to come up. Really impressed with that.
Them two young men, I can't think they'll give me their names. Is it Giddy and the
Okay.
Giddy?
Well, first off, for one thing, if you're the Clippers, I'm still trying to understand why did you get rid of Shea Gilgeous Alexander, who was quite a second in the first half, but erupted and eventually finished with 32 points. But him and Brandon Ingram got into a duel, and of course, Lou Dort and the other guy you mentioned, yes, Mr. Josh Giddey.
Yes, Giddey.
There is something going on in OKC. If they can just keep it together, they can do some things. They really can.
They're gonna be all right. And who's their coach?
I don't even know who their coach is.
I'm actually Dub. Dub might know this question. And I can't think of his name, but
Mark Daigneault. Daigneault.
Yeah. They're gonna be all right. They're gonna be.
Guess what? Here's the thing, and this is what they do, and I love them for it. They can already build through the draft, but they got so many draft picks that, hey, I can get a superstar here. I got enough things where I can go ahead and, hey, let me sign this superstar up. You want some of these first round picks that I got? Sure, go right ahead. I mean, they did it before. That's how KD, James Harden, they built it up and everything. James just wanted to be his own man instead of being a six man. I can't blame you for that. We know the real issue was Westbrook didn't want to play with KD and be second fiddle, but even then, they played well together. OKC basically did the same thing. Why did the Clippers give up on SGA when he had an outstanding rookie year? Because they wanted Kawhi and Paul George and fought instant championship, and they are still looking for that instant championship.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is why.
Yes, I knew as soon as they got SGA, you built around him, you let him learn, you gave him on injury reserve for the past 3 years when the boy wasn't hurt. You were supposed to suck this year, but I guess they kept winning enough, and the West was so sucky enough. They're like, well, fuck it. Let's go ahead and go for the playoffs. We got draft picks. We know our little tall, skinny white boys sitting on the sideline going to come back next year and stuff. We'll take him, and the Frenchmen. Hey, go to San Antonio. We'll just do what we got, and we will get a star because we got too many damn draft picks. Somebody gonna get traded to us, and they will be okay playing with SGA.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen,
that is a team Memphis better watch out while you talking all this. Somebody coming behind you, and they might take your spot.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is why he's on the show. Did you just hear that knowledge right there? Yes.
And I'll tell you whose spot they already took. Minnesota. It was nice.
Yep.
You know what? Maybe another year it might work out, but that trade.
I think Cat might be gone. Cat might ask for a trade.
Is it a fair assessment to say that you both are picking the Thunder tomorrow night to beat Minnesota in Minnesota?
Yeah. I like the Thunder.
No, I'll say I'm pulling
the winner does play the Nuggets in the first round.
I think the Thunder might be a better matchup for the Nuggets more than it would be the Timberwolves, because McDaniels, he might be done for the whole thing, punching the wall. That might be it. And do they really? Yeah, they said that all is forgotten.
Correct.
Do you think they forgive Rudy Gobert? Fuck no.
I'll just put it like this. I'm pulling for OKC, but my basketball knowledge is trying to say Minnesota might get this one. I don't know if Cat really played like a big man a little bit. I don't think OKC has the size per se to stop Minnesota. I mean,
here's my thing.
I'm fine with you shooting threes, all that, but you also got to get inside. And if you really get inside and don't be in foul trouble, you should be able to take this game.
And you should expect Anthony Edwards not to shoot 3 for 17 in this upcoming game against the Thunder. You expect him to bounce back for the home crowd.
I just think that them two young men got too much firepower. And I think they're going to carry it just like they did the last game.
Like I said, I'm pulling for OKC.
I would love it.
Yeah, my knowledge just feel like it's
basketball IQ. Basketball IQ tells you, like you just said, OKC doesn't match up wise well with them.
All right, Steve, put on your Johnny Red Kerr for a minute. How do your beloved Bulls
Here we go.
pull off the shocker in South Beach tomorrow night?
Here we go. Floor is yours.
How does it happen?
You know what? You really got to do some defense. I'm almost to the point. Let Jimmy get Jimmy. You may not be able to go. You may not be able to stop that, but that doesn't mean Zach LaVine. You try to go one-on-one with him, because that's not your game. If we can kind of slow down Bam, you have a shot. And then Jimmy gets in, Bam slow him down. Watch out for our three-point shooters. There's three-point shooters. We know DeRozan, the ultimate mid-game range. You go ahead and do that. That's fine. Zach, go everywhere, drive in, kick out, take mid-range shot, take some threes. Just don't try to battle it one-on-one with Jimmy. Jimmy just let you get yours and shut everybody else down. That's how you kind of win.
That's fair. That's fair.
Fair enough.
One thing you got to understand, Jimmy coming in there pissed off. So there's nothing about what you're going to do. You're not stopping a Jimmy Butler. When he decides he wants to play basketball and be an all-around player.
Yeah, and we know this. We Bull fans know. Jimmy, we appreciate it because we got you from the bottom. We got you up to where you are. I mean, you were drafted just to be a defensive person. That's all you were supposed to be. And then Derek, went out and you stepped up and did everything and you earned that contract and went to Minnesota. We understand. And then Minnesota didn't like it. Philly decided to go ahead and take Tobias Harris over you. And you know what? I think you made a great business
No,
decision.
not Tobias Harris. Not Tobias Harris. Ben Simmons.
They decided to keep Ben Simmons.
It was Ben. It was Ben.
No,
not Tobias.
Tobias was that free agent. They said they had to choose between Tobias and
they could have gave Tobias and Jimmy the Butler the money, but they had to make this decision on if Ben Simmons was involved with all that.
Was it Ben like in his second year at that time? Second, third year. I was like, it was Tobias because they got that trade and they were both free agents. They chose Tobias over Jimmy, and Jimmy made a smart decision, choosing Miami over living in Philly. Can't be mad at that.
No, it could be, but all I know is you ask Jimmy Butler right now how he felt about playing with Joel Embiid.
Oh, yeah, that's his boy.
Definitely tell you he said, I didn't want to leave Philly.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't want to leave Philly. We offered him the contract. We offered him the money.
Told you. I think they offered Tobias more than Jimmy. Because you had those two. I could be wrong. If you had those two, they had to pick on who were they going to give more money to. They chose Tobias. And at that time, not saying that, I mean, Tobias was doing okay. Yeah, Jimmy was taking over. But they got Tobias be that third piece. He was shooting the threes, he had a bad playoff series that series. But before that, he was doing well. And Jimmy was doing well. It's hindsight looking in, yes, it was bad. I mean, it
Philly should never let Jimmy walk, because Jimmy could be doing the same thing Harden is doing with Embiid right now. Maybe not the 3-point percentage would not be as good because Jimmy is sporadic with the 3-point. Harden is a little more efficient, but Jimmy plays basketball up and down the court until it's over. You will know. You ain't got no question when it comes to Jimmy Butler's basketball IQ and his ability and his heart.
You can count on Jimmy
all day.
James was a little questionable, but I'm not going to knock him this year. He's doing what he's got to do, trying to earn that contract. He did well.
Harden has played more defense this year in his whole career.
But yeah, because he realized he need that contract.
Not that. He has the money. He got the contract.
No, he got a lower deal.
Yeah, but what I'm just saying, he was playing defense a little bit last year, but it's more defense. He's playing a lot. Contract, but
contract, because all of a sudden, when you thought you were going to get this and that, no, you ain't getting this. But if you sign this and you work your butt off, you might be able to get this. Oh, yeah, let me do this. Because remember, he made that mistake of, I'm not signing that extension. Well, now that you sat this free agency down, now you see what your value really worth. Oh, okay, yeah, we still like you, but we can't do this big money. All right, I'll be team friendly. I'll sign this. We do this because I'm really trying to win. Thank you, James. We'll reward you later on. You sure will, because my boy, the GM's like, that's my boy, that's my brother. If I'm ready to go back to Houston, don't know why, but when I'm ready to go back to Houston, you're gonna send me back to Houston. Daryl Morey like, yeah, we'll work on that. Right now, why don't you sign this little tender so I can get a team around you? Because right now, you kind of bad. Now you ain't getting as much criticism because I had to deal with Ben. You already saw what we did with that. Yeah, I got you out of there because you wanted out of Brooklyn after you chose to go over there. I got you over on that one. And then you're mad that you knew who you signed up with Kyrie, but you wanted to go there, so I got you over there. And then you wanted out, and I got you over here. So you owe me. Take this pay cut, do what you need to do, and when the time's right, I'll either ship you back to Houston where you can eat your chicken wings and be at the strip club and be on a losing team, or you're going to love being with this boy, the centerpiece, the process, and stop dribbling around, shoot some threes, learn how to not do your little arm hook because you ain't getting that foul call anymore, get your hamstrings ready, and don't look like Mike Tyson looking for a mouthpiece like we saw you about 4 years ago. But I still love you, Jim. That's all. I'm sorry.
spinal.
Meanwhile, I'm sorry. I know that's your team, man. Your team's doing much better than mine. You know, hey,
It's all good.
we still we're still trying to recover after Derrick Rose. I mean, that's all I can say.
Hell, is Lonzo gonna play basketball again?
That's a good question.
Okay. But my first thought was going to say no, and it's sad, and it's really sad what happened to that man. Your daddy, rightfully so, try to hype you up. Magic didn't help you either, but I get it. They were trying to get that money, even though you were living. From what I hear, you were living comfortably and everything. But I get it. Get that NBA dream. For him, I really don't know. I mean, modern medicine is a lot better now.
Yeah.
So there might be a chance. I mean, we see what happened to Derrick Rose. You might be that nice bench player, get you 10, 15 minutes, help the team out. Or you're never going to live up to that hype. I'm sorry, it's not your fault. You had a chance. Your daddy and Magic really put more pressure on you. You did fine. I hope so. But he's going to be a supportive piece no matter where he goes, if he can even get back in. Because I'm hearing surgery now, another year out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like basically, let's be real, 3 years. There ain't much. You look at Victor. I mean, hey, your younger brother can support you. I already know he's supporting your middle brother and stuff like that, but your younger brother, well, Jordan ain't gonna pay you, but somebody's gonna pay your younger brother, and y'all live good. And if your daddy was smart, you would have had more money instead of getting your big baller brand shoes that nobody could fit, and you fucked up your feet. If you would have just got a damn deal with somebody, you could have had your baller brands sponsored by Nike. You could have had some money, but daddy thinking you were gonna run the business, do it smart, and fool all those people. I still haven't seen somebody wearing some big baller slides. I still haven't seen somebody wear big baller shoes. And all those rich people, all this like, yeah, we supporting you. We haven't seen not one shoe. I haven't even seen a slide that costs $100. Boy,
where the water at too? When they selling water, big baller brand water.
I mean, your daddy just used you. And I mean, just use you out to dry. And really, he used you up to set your younger brother up. So you better make sure your younger brother will be giving you some real shit after he gets his little rookie deal. Because, boy, he the money maker for right now. And I'm pretty sure in 10 years, he ain't going to be doing anything either if you don't know how to make a real jump shot. All this little crossing over and stuff like that. That speed going to be gone. And if you don't know how to do a jump shot and do some real stuff, you ain't going to be doing nothing either. Oh, anyways, not bad.
That's your team. The passion was unleashed.
But yes, Lonzo, I do wish the best for him. I really, this is where I put my Bulls. We're in limbo. You're not good enough to really be contenders, and you're not bad enough to really suck to get like some real talent. So you're like stuck mode. We ain't got no draft picks because everything's going to Orlando because we felt the height of Vucevic and thought he could do something. And I see why Orlando gave him up. I love Zach LaVine, but Zach really my second, third scorer. I got two people that are like second, third scorer and not a first string, but I got Zach trying to be a first string. Rosen, you're doing exactly what you need to do. I'm not mad at you, but I'm in limbo. What am I supposed to do with this? Can't draft nobody. Can't get a good draft pick. Can't get a sucky draft pick. Like, what do we do? This is the same thing when we were doing with Garth Faxon. Just they didn't know how to draft or do anything. I got my new regime still doing the same shit. So we live off the good old 90 days. Michael, Dennis, we'll just Scotty and Michael now mad at each other. Shit. All we doing is just watching the last dance, and just remembering the good old days. Shit, that's all it is. Fucking Scotty, you fucking shit and everything else. Cool, coach. Thanks for being good. Thank you for the Hall of Fame speech and everything. And
yeah,
that's it. That's all we got.
Scottie Pippen, man, and Scottie Pippen's about to be Jordan's granddaddy because he might get Mama Pippen pregnant. Oh boy.
Yeah. I mean, I don't.
Anyhow,
yeah. Back to some other good stuff. What else?
It all starts. It all starts on Friday, or I'm sorry, Saturday when it officially kicks off the playoffs. And it starts with Mizzle's beloved 76ers hosting the Brooklyn Nets. All right, Mizzle, floor is yours. How do you get 4 wins against the Brooklyn Nets?
pick and roll, defense, pick and motherfucking roll. Embiid and Harden just need to continue how they've been showing the dominance throughout the regular season. Let Maxey be Maxey. DeAnthony Melton has been playing great, just playing with the starters. And I just need Tucker to play good defense like he's normally doing and make 2 or 3 of those open side corner threes that they're going to give him. And that's what I need from him. And I just need the bench to play good basketball. And Tobias Harris needs to show the reason why they picked him over Jimmy Butler and be dominant. I mean, he's a mismatch on certain teams that they play because he can just back you down and go to the post game and be aggressive. And he needs to just hit his threes as well. But yeah, just let Maxey be Maxey and just let the young man play basketball. And Shake Milton needs to just continue to just thrive coming off the bench like he's doing. I can't think of I think his name is McDaniels. Just let him play good basketball. Eddie House Jr. has been like a breath of fresh air coming off the bench. Like he just came out of nowhere. Paul Reed, just be like Looney, grab the rebounds. Just be that type of basketball player. And just don't let the Nets get on those local runs because the Nets can be scary. Because they can shoot the ball. And just feed the big fella. Just let Embiid. I'm going to need more of him down low, though. I know the big fella can take the ball up there at the top and carry it down the court, but he's clumsy. So the moment he gets a rebound, he needs to give it to somebody that can dribble the ball. This is playoff time now. This ain't regular season basketball. Games count. Turnovers matter. Protect the ball. So if they do that, I think we'll be all right. I can see it going 4-2. I see the Nets getting a couple of games. You know, that.
So he has Philly in 6. I agree. Steve, what do you say?
First of all, I want to say this. Brooklyn fans, y'all really need to be happy because everybody gave up on your team as soon as Kyrie and KD went down. And you really got more. You actually got a real team. This kind of reminds me of right before KD and them got there. You had Jared Allen, all them. You had a real team to build on. You actually have something.
Spencer Dinwiddie, part 1.
Yeah, you really have a team. Like I said, they're the 6th seed. I don't even think the Nets were even up that way when they had both of them. So be very proud of your team. Support this team. They got the right pieces. I think they still have a couple draft picks, maybe from Houston or somebody. I think they got a couple more picks from somebody. Might be Philly, but
from us as well. They got
I think you got Phillies or maybe you got some things. So Brooklyn.
I think they also still have some picks from the Phoenix Suns and the Durant trade. Also,
there it is. That's the picks. Yes, that's the picks.
Yeah. So be proud of your team. You guys are probably right. It's 4-2, 4-1. Hey, you made it to the playoffs. You did good. Brooklyn, stand up for your team and everything else. But yeah, that I mean, like you are 4-1, 4-2. It should be Philly, but I just want to give the Nets credit. Like you have a team. So I hope the next owner or anybody else stop trying to make these super teams. You try this with KG, Joe Johnson, and Paul Pierce, and it didn't work out. And then you went down the drain. You finally came back up, built your team, had a great team, got something going. Then you traded all the way to get Kyrie and KD and then whoever else was on there, Ben and James. And it didn't work. It didn't work. You had to break this down again. You have a solid foundation. Learn to just build a team. It's not always great to be a super team.
Yep.
Anyway, we will move on. Philly moves it.
So we already pretty much in unison pretty much agreed that the Celtics will beat the Hawks in 5 games. Yep. The Hawks will get 1. We already talked about that, so we won't go for
4-1. I think 4-1.
This matchup is very, very intriguing to me. And I really think it might be the best matchup of the first round as the 4-5 seed goes between the Cavaliers and the Knicks.
That's gonna be.
I can definitely.
That's gonna be.
I definitely can see this going all 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna be fun to watch.
But I do think the Knicks have a chance to win this series. Brunson maybe might be the piece that the Knicks needed.
That's the reason why
I know the Knicks wanted to be
playoff.
having a whole bunch of superstars. Correct. And you know, as I've been saying, seeing the Mecca light up in the playoffs. If you haven't really witnessed Madison Square Garden in its form in the playoffs, it is a sight to behold. Not necessarily being there inside the arena, but just watching it on TV, you can feel its energy as there's if there's any possible upset, this might be the upset. Because the Knicks have played the Cavaliers tough. Even though you can never go against Donovan Mitchell, but I think it just may come down to whose will be imposed between Julius Randle and the Spider Donovan Mitchell. But I'll let you guys take the floor and you guys can give your predictions.
I'll say this, and I'll call it being some East Coast bias. I ain't trying to hear Knicks fans try to talk about we here, or we just stand up. I ain't trying to hear Steve. I'm sorry. Nick, it's New York itself. You too cocky and everything else. Like you just deserve everything. You don't want to work for anything and build up. Even though this team is semi, New York, you just feel like you deserve everything. So I'm definitely going with Cleveland. I definitely hope Cleveland knocks them out, build them up, and take them all the way down. I hope it. I'm Cleveland all the way. Cleveland, this is for you. I just want just for Knicks fans to be sad and miserable and everything else. That's the only reason why I want Cleveland to win. I'm sorry. If they learn how to build the team and this is what they did and they got it from the scratch, okay, I might be cool. But y'all just feel like y'all deserve everything. And as soon as you get a little piece of happiness, it's supposed to be everything your way. Hell no. Cleveland is 7. I got to be respectful for New York. They are. But like you said, if I'm going to pick Donovan Mitchell over Randolph, oh, that's Donovan Mitchell all day. Randolph still hasn't learned to go right yet. Shit. I mean, damn. Yeah, I mean, we got to have a point guard battle. This really is when it was Utah and Cleveland. Oh wait, not Utah and Cleveland, Utah and Denver. When it was Mitchell and Denver's dude that got his ACL messed up. When they were kind of
Jamal Murray
back and forth in
Jamal Murray.
Yeah, that's probably what you're about to see here a little bit. Some big mans will kind of come in there. Jared Allen kind of do this. You're gonna have something, but it's gonna be a point guard show. Donovan Mitchell's gonna show the Knicks, you should have gotten me. I was there for you. It was all set up for it. My daddy, you know, my folks were there. I understand Jalen's dad's working there. You should have picked me, and I'm gonna make sure you remember. So it's gonna be fun watching Stevie A cry all day. Fuck that, Cleveland. East 99 is in the building.
Well, you kind of. I was gonna lead in with that. Stephen A. Smith doesn't really want this matchup because, of course, as you just mentioned, Donovan Mitchell should be wearing a jersey because Stephen A. Smith always mentions this. So yeah, I can't wait to see him Monday after game 1. But I'm gonna go with the Knicks for the simple fact of the matter that they got that bad man Brunson. I believe that Randall's gonna get his, but I believe Brunson makes a whole difference with that team. The man is just a walking bucket. No matter where he shoots from the floor, he gets that ball up the court and he gets fouled. He gets the foul calls. That makes a big difference. So I believe, and he can get, you will blink and he has like 30 points. You like, how the hell he got 30 points? Because he gets to the basket. He can shoot the 3. He's at the free throw line. But Donovan, it's almost like how you said with the Heat. Let Jimmy get his. They'll let they'll I'm trying to think of the name of the for the they'll let Donovan Mitchell get his, and they'll worry about everybody else. But as long as and Randall and Brunson is scoring, I think them two can pretty much carry it, and they'll get some help. So yeah, I got the Knicks 4-3 Knicks. Who do you got, Doug?
Knicks in 7.
Is it 7?
I see it going 7. And if there's an upset in the first round per se, this is the upset. This would be the upset that I would see the Knicks being the Cavs in 7.
It can go either way. I wouldn't be shocked.
This ain't an upset. 4 or 5 matchup, no matter who wins, it's not an upset.
Well, considering that it's the Knicks, that's why I say
it. In this case, it's a pick 'em.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, I mean, I can see where the Cavaliers can win because they have a tremendous starting 5 and their bench is pretty decent as well. So, or I would, like I said, I wouldn't be shocked if the Knicks win because I believe Brunson can carry this team, even if Randall doesn't even have a good series. I believe Brunson can still carry him.
Didn't we come to prime time on Saturday night?
Are we like talking about light and
in the capital city? In the capital city, at the big sheet metal that is Golden One Center. It is the Interstate 80 first round series between the Sacramento Kings and the reigning defending NBA champions going for trying to repeat, looking for the very rarely have these two franchises, since they've been in Northern California, very rarely have they both been good at the same time.
Yeah.
And so, with Mike Brown, the obvious coach of the year without question, we knew the Sacramento Kings would. We knew the Kings were going to be vastly improved, and they're going to be up on the rise. I don't think anybody that division championships count in basketball, but the fact is, no one was expecting them to be number 1 in the Pacific Division, let alone be a 3 seed. Because I mean, I was giving them hell when they traded Tyrese Halliburton, who wanted to stay in Sacramento, but it turned out possibly so far at this moment to be the right move, because putting Sabonis and De'Aaron Fox together is, boy, it is a fun thing to watch those two play basketball together. They have been dynamic.
Agreed.
But here come the Warriors. The title, but also the return of the Canadian, Andrew Wiggins, who was dealing with some family issues, and now he puts the focus back on basketball. And so now the bench, Monte DiCenzo, who did a fantastic job in Wiggins' absence, along with Jonathan Kuminga. Now that adds firepower back to your bench, and now the Warriors are whole again with their starting 5. Okay, obviously not to sound like a homer, but of course I am picking the Warriors in 6. I think Sacramento will get 2 games because they are good, simply because when they're at home, also Keegan Murray, it could be a problem. But as Steve pointed out so very eloquently, to be the man, you got to beat the man, and I don't think the Kings have enough experience to beat the man, so I'm picking the Dubs in 6. And I digress.
I gotta say, Mike, everything he just said.
I'll I'll even have some more fun with this. This is how we're gonna do this, because the Kings are gonna be wild up, energized. The fans are gonna get them. Kings are gonna get game 1. They're gonna get that home game.
No question.
Yeah, Warriors wouldn't be shocked. No, wouldn't be shocked. No, yeah.
Warriors, we all know the Warriors' record. I won't even say that.
The Warriors don't fare well in game 1s anyway. If you look at their record, they don't do well in game 1.
This is true. So, this is true.
So Kings get that home fan, get that little turn up.
Yeah.
I might even say, Kings, you get game 2. And it's like, okay, you really feeling it. Now that one's a little iffy. Warriors might, but I'm gonna have some fun with it. Kings, you get game 2. Now we come back down, take that trip to San Francisco. Kings ain't ready for that all the way. They've been playing stuff. The Warriors get that game 3. And, game 4, Warriors know what to do. Hey, we got this. All right, cool. Now we're going to go up to game 5 back at Sacramento. all right, we gave the Kings what they needed. They got their little home wins. They got this. Gonna be a little challenging because they're gonna come back. Warriors can finally win a road game because they ain't that much. They ain't traveling much. All right, we take care of that. It was cool because all of a sudden some Warrior fans are gonna show up in Sacramento a little bit more on that game 5. They're like, now we ain't letting this get sold out like this. We about to show them what it is. We're gonna kind of take over Sacramento. It's gonna be hard for them, but they're gonna try it. Then so Warriors getting game 5, come back to Frisco. They understand, like, you know what, we need to rest up, and that bus ride is getting tiresome. Warrior fans kind of show up. You got the hood of Oakland in there. Kings fan ain't making that drive because they too afraid of the Bay. And the Warriors take this in 6, and that will be done. Now, like I said, I may have missed a little game two and game 4 might be able to switch up, but most likely, like you said, in 6, Warriors. Kings, you got a home game, light your beam, show your little Weber jersey. Make sure you bring Chris back, man. Mike Bibby, the whole crew, honor them. It's been about 10, 15 years. You talk about that wannabe championship, give them that preseason ring that y'all won and everything. And I don't want to hear anything about, we could have won that. The refs took this away. As a bandwagon Lakers fan, shoulda, coulda, woulda. We took y'all shit and whatever. Celebrate them as Pacific West champions and all that other stuff. Chris Webber, you got your jersey today. Lottie, you used to have your restaurant in Old Sac. You might got some people down there. You might be able to celebrate. Doko will be partying loud and everything. I'll go over to Punch Bowl Social and try to bowl and everything. Whatever it is, Warriors in 6. Warriors. Give that old little movie reference. There we go.
Says the man that hit the big shot in Game 4 in 2002 at half court.
Yes.
The great gentleman. Anyhow, switching over to the 4-5 matchup in the West, the Clippers and the Suns, and we'll just get right to it. Paul George will not be available for the series, so that means a lot of pressure on Kawhi Leonard against this fearsome foursome of DeAndre Ayton, Kevin Durant, Chris Paul, and Devin Booker. It's the first time that Durant and Kawhi have done each other since the 2019 finals, but it's the first time that these two have met in the playoffs since the 2021 Western Conference Finals, in which the Suns swept the Clippers en route to the Suns getting to the finals before losing in 6 to the Bucks. So, identical records as you can be it, but also at the same time, how the Lakers are one Anthony Glass Davis injury away from losing it all. The Phoenix Suns, they are one Chris Paul hamstring or one Kevin Durant calf because he got no calcium in his legs injury away from losing the series.
Now, hold up. Devin Booker got growing. Make sure you add his in there as well.
Devin Booker's testes, yes.
The family jewels.
From doing all these freaking group reads. But anyhow, I think the key factor for the Clippers will be Terrence Mann, who has been a fantastic player off the bench.
Yes.
And the energy that he gives him. In addition to Nicholas Batum and Zubac. But it's just going to come down to this. Can Kevin Durant be that guy? Because this is the reason why Phoenix traded for him for this particular round, for this particular tournament. If Paul George is playing, I would give the Clippers a slight chance, but I still think the Suns win in 7 because I think the Suns still have that bitter taste in their mouth of Game 7 last year against the Mavericks, where one team showed up and the other did not. And I leave the floor to you, gentlemen. Go ahead.
I got the Suns in 6. KD just gonna dominate. But that's I ain't got nothing else to say.
I'll say Suns in 7. I'll give Clippers more credit. I really feel like this Suns team.
No Paul George. Who's guarding KD?
Kawhi's going to do that. Kawhi's going to do that defensive part, but KD's special. KD.
Yeah, he is special in a lot of ways.
Else. So Phoenix. I mean, let's not talk about. I'm just talking about on the basketball side. I'm not going to worry about his self confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His
I'll just
ball
say,
spot.
yeah,
Cupcake.
yeah. That I wish he would just get a fade, homie. Just it's okay, a fade, a low ball fade. You
Oh,
still have
he's
some,
the
and
ball.
if not, just let it go.
Do the
So yes,
dub.
I'm just going. Yes,
It's
Phoenix is
do the dub.
yeah,
Do the Steve. It's okay. Let it
it's
go. It's
okay. So
okay.
yeah, 7 Phoenix is 7. They're on a mission. Even though I feel like I'm underestimating the Clippers with their bench and everything, but you know what? I know what's gonna happen. Westbrook's gonna show up and be Russell Westbrook, trying to do more to outshine KD, and it's gonna cause some problems. Here come the
For
turnover. Here
Westbrook.
come yeah, it's Westbrook. He gonna mess it up. So yeah, Phoenix in 7 should probably be in 6, but I'll be nice to the Clippers. I'll say 7.
People say in 7. All right. Now we know the eventual winner of the Bulls and the Heat will play the Milwaukee Bucks. Whomever it is, I'm picking the Bucks in 5.
Yeah.
Regardless if it's the Bulls
I'll
and
say that
or the Heat.
if it's Miami, Bucks in 6.
Jimmy got
Miami
two.
gonna
Jimmy got two in him. Yeah.
Miami, yeah, Miami gonna give the Bucks more of a challenge than most people realize. That Miami is a special team. Like that, it has that grittiness. Like they're either super on top, number one team,
Or they
or because
suck.
they got injuries, so they're at the bottom trying to build up. And sometimes you in that middle team, but that middle team's a high middle team. If they get with Milwaukee, it's gonna be a battle. I can almost say I can see that going 7.
Ooh.
They're
I
going
can
to
too. I
challenge.
can too. Because
They're
Miami,
going to challenge.
the one thing about the Miami Heat is they've always been well coached and they played to the very end. But also keep this in mind: the run that Miami had to the NBA Finals in 2020, they did beat the Bucks. So
True.
just keep that fresh in
Yeah.
your mind.
Giannis wasn't in full form yet.
He wasn't.
Yeah.
He
He
was
is
not.
in
True enough.
he's in full form
But I
now.
mean,
But yeah, we'll
yes,
still
he
say
is.
the Bucks.
Yeah.
Right now. Now I know you guys said what you said, but okay. We didn't fully give a prediction for the Lakers and Grizzlies, so let's go ahead and give a prediction for that.
I'm sorry. I'll give the Grizzlies. I mean, I know it's God. This is
I'll
really
say
saying
Grizzlies in 7.
it. Ooh.
Grizzlies in 7.
John Morant outscoring, and then Memphis plays a lot of D against the. You know what?
I got the
I'm
Grizzlies.
going to say Grizzlies because I can't trust AD. The only time you were really healthy, you had 3 months off and you got to go in a bubble and everything was quick. Because if it wasn't that bubble season, you were already hurt. As much as that championship is still a championship. I'm not knocking it, but everybody got a restart and you were able to get fresh.
Yep.
And before that, I haven't seen you be fresh for a playoff series in my life. So yeah, it's Memphis. It might be 6 or 7, but I'm going to go with Memphis on this one.
Is in 7 with Elvis Presley over the loudspeaker. And then to top it off, in altitude.
You guys got to hold on. I got a work call real quick. Hold on.
Yep.
Steve takes a minute to answer the work call. The Nuggets waiting on the winner of tomorrow's matchup between the Thunder and the Wolves. Doesn't matter whoever it be. I think the Nuggets will get it in 5. If it's the Thunder, possibly go 6. If it's the Timberwolves, I think a sweep or in 5 games.
Gentlemen, 4-1.
Gentlemen, sweep 4-1.
With the Timberwolves.
With Minnesota. Like I said, if it's OKC, I think OKC can fight them to get them 6. Yeah. I do.
And won't be shocked if it goes 7.
No, well, not at all. Not at all. But I just think the Nuggets have too much power. I have just have too much with the Joker and Jamal Murray and Aaron Gordon and Michael Porter Jr. I just think the Nuggets have too much. This is why the Nuggets got This is why the Nuggets got the number 1 seed in the whole entire Western Conference. Because you know teams that come into the altitude, they will be gasping for air and will be like, I need the oxygen tank. Now, while we await for Steve to come back in, we're going to switch over things to the NFL and to where computers have new ownership. Daniel Snyder has agreed to the $6 billion sale to co-owner of the Philadelphia 76ers, Mr. Josh Harris. Also is a part of the Magic Johnson group, so they get together, and indeed the Commanders will have new ownership, which possibly might lead them back to possibly being called or being back to playing their home games in the heart of Washington, D.C., because, of course, one of the biggest battles of that situation was they wanted to move back to DC, but it was like you have to get rid of the Redskin name, which eventually they did, which they eventually now turned to the Commanders. So now Magic Johnson looking to add a Super Bowl ring to his repertoire as an owner. So congratulations to those gentlemen. And we got some more
ring.
Yes.
They didn't win a full fucking season. So
hey, you don't have to argue that. You don't have to argue that with me for sure. In addition to that, we have some more spring football starting this weekend as the USFL gets their second season as it kicks off this weekend. Right. And some more rule changes. They've backed up the kickoff rule to the 5th to the 20. So wanting to get some more returns. That's a very, very good thing.
Yeah.
Also, they have the chance to review and overturn penalties and personal foul penalties. So that's definitely a good thing. Can the Birmingham Stallions repeat? And also, we get an old school team back. We get the Memphis Showboats back as the Tampa Bay Bandits will take a season off.
So let's see. So they'll come back if there's
dollars. There was no reason per se why they took the year off. They were taking the year off. So the schedule for week 1, Saturday, it kicks off Saturday at 4:30 Eastern, 1 Pacific. You can catch a short to the Birmingham Stallions. They play against the Memphis Showboats to kick off in the nightcap. It's the New York and New Jersey Generals against the Birmingham Stallions. Then Sunday, it is the Michigan Panthers against the Houston Gamblers. And the nightcap on Sunday on Fox Sports 1, it's the Pittsburgh Maulers and the New Orleans Breakers. You can catch the Gamblers and Panthers. That's on Peacock and NBC at 12 Eastern, 9 Pacific. And the nightcap is on FS1 at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 3:30 Pacific. So
I'll be chiming in for sure. Give me football.
Definitely intriguing to see some more spring football.
Yes.
And then eventually the draft coming up in a couple of weeks. So a lot of you are getting your football fix met, per se. So as we wait for our special guest this shore to climb back in, he is taking a call. So we're just, at a point you can say we're ab-libbing. But one thing I wanted to pinpoint on, and yes, the season is early, but the Tampa Bay Rays, 13 consecutive wins to start the season. First time that has happened since the 1982 Atlanta Braves and the 1987 Milwaukee Brewers. But oddly enough, the Brewers did not make the playoffs that year in 87, but the Braves won the National League West in 82 due to Joe Morgan telling the Dodgers, fuck you and hold my beer, with the 3-run homer at Candlestick to knock the Dodgers out of the playoffs in 82 to give the Braves the division. The Rays have been playing some fantastic baseball. Wander Franco is the real deal at shortstop for the Rays. We all know who Randy Rosarena is. He just continues to just play play spectacular ball, but they just have a very solid squad, and thus, hence why they have the best record in the young season in Major League Baseball.
Oh yes, it won't last long, but
Switching over the XFL. No, switching over the XFL. There were some very good games over this past weekend in the XFL.
totally
In
agree.
week number 8.
We're almost done.
Yeah, right. Almost time for the playoffs. But in week 8, which was some very competitive games, 2 of them actually went in overtime. The Battlehawks came back to beat the Vegas Vipers 21-17.
That was a good game.
And the Sea Dragons just continue to just win. They beat the Arlington Renegades 24-15. Sorry, the Renegades beat the Guardians 18-16. I'm sorry. Houston in the Battle of Texas got by San Antonio by 17-15. And the game of the day last week on Easter Sunday was DC, who wins the division. They came back to beat the Sea Dragons 34-33. So if we're looking at the standings in the XFL, you can find them. Be here looking for give us standings. I want standings. Give me the standings. All right, here we go. So, as it stands right now, the DC Defenders win the North Division. Now, remember, it's the top 2 in each division that qualifies for the playoffs. It's 2 division winners and 1 wildcard slot. So, right now, it would be the St. Louis Battlehawks playing the Defenders in the North. In the South, right now, it's the Roughnecks holding on to a 1-game lead over the Renegades in the South Division. So, it looks like it would be a Texas battle in the South, and then eventually the South winner will beat the North winner in the championship game back in San Antonio. So the end of one spring football league, but the entry of another, as it's almost playoff time in the XFL. But the USFL is getting ready to get it started in, and the Steve has once again joined us. While you were away, we were talking about perhaps whomever the Nuggets might be playing. If it's the Timberwolves, they think a gentleman's sweep. If it's the Thunder, perhaps the same thing, but I can see the Thunder forcing a game 6, but I just don't see nobody going into altitude and simply just taking it away from the Nuggets. Steve, your thoughts?
Yes.
Yeah, you're probably right. Like you said, it both of them are gentlemen sweeps, whatever Denver does, even though I can see OKC still in the game. I can almost see Minnesota actually still in the game. A lucky shot here or something like that just happens, but pretty much that should be Denver's. No matter how you play it out, 5, 6, it's Denver's. Keep it moving.
Yep. Simple.
Very simple indeed. So I guess I have one more question. Give me your 23 NBA season. What is your finals matchup?
I have been going this route, and I keep coming back. We're having a rematch. It's Milwaukee and Phoenix. I really, I really think so. Now the Warriors might be able to get that run and get hot, but right now, just the way I'm seeing it, those road wins are really road losses. Really, really kind of have me things. I get it. You might get one win, and you really got to go into like 6 and 7 games in every series. And I'm gonna give them the Houston Rockets. Never underestimate the heart of a champion, but sometimes it ain't heart that's doing it. Somebody just got skills and they just know how to cut you. And right now, Phoenix got it. I'll give it to Phoenix, Milwaukee, and right now, unless some injuries happen, Milwaukee's dangerous. And last time I picked Phoenix, I thought they had it. I didn't think Giannis can do it, and he balled out from 4 to 6. And I think he would do that again, even though KD's gonna be like, I ain't gonna make it that easy. But I'll say Milwaukee, Phoenix. I'll go 7. I might see 6 or 7, but I see Milwaukee being the best team.
So he sees a rematch of the 2021 finals, and he sees the Bucks hoisting it as they did back in 2021. Mizzle?
Can the Suns and the Warriors play in the Western Conference Finals, or will they see each other to get to the Western Conference Finals?
Warriors are the 6th seed. No, the winner of if the Warriors do beat the Kings,
they would meet final. Yeah, they would meet in the finals because they're 3-6.
Yeah,
yeah, they would have to meet in the WCF.
Yeah, they can meet. They can meet in the conference finals. Yes. The only question I have about the Phoenix Suns is, do they have enough bench?
Yep.
Because they had to trade that away. They had to trade that away to get KD. Now, granted, yes, your rotation goes short in the playoffs anyway, but it's like, as much as I love Monty Williams, and Monty Williams is a fantastic coach, a better human being than a head coach, if you want to ask me, one of the most decent human beings on this earth. But is the depth of the Suns, is that going to play a part in this playoff run? Because, I mean, you're going to ask Booker and KD to play taxing minutes along with DeAndre Ayton. I wouldn't do that with Chris Paul because, as I said, Chris Paul is one hamstring or injury from calling his brother Cliff at State Farm. With that said, that's really the only question I have about the Suns. I can see the Suns getting to the finals, yes, because I went there. Yes, I did. 4 of those 5 stars is there, but I just don't know if they have enough depth. So you were in the process of making your pick, so I put the ball back in your hands.
Suns back in the finals, and of course, I don't think Boston gotten over the finals trip last year, so I'll put the Bucks back in. I'm gonna have to go with Dogan. Bucks, as much as my Sixers are not ready because they're not ready to play Boston, and they're damn sure not beating Giannis. So yeah, I got Giannis and the Suns back in the finals. Just because I believe KD's going to carry the team. I believe he'll stay healthy enough. He's already been battle tested. He knows what to do. So yeah, I got the Suns back in it.
Well, if the Warriors can't repeat, because obviously I'm going to be a homer first, obviously.
Well, yeah,
because that's just what that's just what fans do. But with that said,
hey, I love the Warriors too. I get it.
But instead of a 2021 NBA Finals rematch, I will go deeper into time. I'll say it will be a 1976 Finals rematch between the Suns and the Celtics. And of course, one of the greatest NBA Finals games ever played was the marathon in Game 5 in Boston Garden with Havlicek and Gar Heard.
We got Thunder Dan.
Well, Thunder Dan was not playing alive. It was not playing for the Suns in '76. Paul Westphal was.
Oh, 76. I'm sorry, you said 76. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Yeah, you okay?
Yeah. I am going to say Suns and Celtics in the '76 rematch, but I think Planet Orange will be raising their banner in the Valley of the Sun to send off the great Al McCoy, who was retiring after so many years being the voice of the Phoenix.
Yeah.
Who, is a fantastic play-by-play man. He's right up there with Marv Albert. He's right up there with Chick Hearn. He's, right up there on the radio side of things, doing basketball. He's been fantastic. But I think, if not now for the Suns win, but I think now might be their time. So I'm saying Suns Celtics in the '76 Finals rematch, but I'm picking Planet to raise their first banner in the Valley of the Sun.
Hey,
that's of course if the Warriors don't repeat. I just want to make that clear.
I have no problem with seeing the Suns and Celtics. That would be fine. You give me Well, I say this: Warriors in Milwaukee would be fine, even though I really would worry about the Warriors in that matchup because Giannis is gonna go off, and you have nothing to stop that.
Warriors have beat the Bucks in the regular season, though. I mean, it's regular season. I mean, it's totally different now.
Yeah, but like I said, I'll put it like this: if you give me Suns or Warriors, and either Milwaukee or Boston. No matter which way that goes, it'll be a good final. No matter which way it goes, whoever it will be a good NBA final.
And it'll get a good rating.
Yep.
So, gentlemen, we are 14 days from today of the NFL draft. 2 Thursdays from today, we will be in Detroit, Michigan. No, I'm sorry. Isn't it? Yeah, it's in Detroit this year. The draft is in Detroit. Yes.
No,
it was in Kansas City. Kansas City.
Oh, you're right. It is in Kansas City. I'm sorry. Detroit's next year. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Detroit's next year. I know Detroit was in the rotation. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But yes, we will have the draft. 27th. As it will take place in Mizzle. And a lot of surrounding pieces. Now they're saying that it might be CJ or it might be Bryce Young to be the first overall pick in the draft over CJ Stroud. Will the Panthers go that route? That remains to be seen. But very quickly, biggest draft needs for your particular teams that you root for. Steve, go first.
You guys share the same fucking team.
With us, I think it's really going to be a little bit trying to bulk up that offensive line. We kind of already addressed the defensive line. So just we lost some players, trying to substitute the offensive line a little. So I say offensive line and a little bit of secondary. Secondary's good, but it's always been an issue. We lost some people free agency. We got to lose some people. So offensive line and secondary is kind of the big thing in the first. Well, I can't say first round. We ain't got one, but our first couple picks in there, and then we'll do what we usually do in the third, fourth round. That's when we get our backups in on the defensive line and the running backs. Maybe get a couple of linebackers just to get in there. We'll build our depth as usual, but yeah, we got to work on that offensive line, just kind of get that solidified. We got a great running back now. We got 2 good quarterbacks. One of them will be great. So we got to start that up and make sure they protect it.
It's pretty good. Pretty good.
Like I forgot, Trent Williams can only be there for so long.
Well, Dub got his wish. McGlinchey's gone, right? He's up in Denver. So I know he's pretty happy about that.
Yeah. I was like, Dub was freezing on us.
Like Colton McKivitz. When he has played well.
You said McKivitz?
I said Colton McKivitz has played well.
He's done all right.
Yeah.
When he has played. But I definitely would still address it in the draft. If you can find a possible lineman to put up there, by all means do so, because you still need to figure out who your right guard is.
Mm-hmm.
And you still need to figure out who your right tackle is. And I would still say if you could possibly draft a center, do so also. Even though they did re-sign Jake Brindle to a multi-year deal, you still want to have a center of the future.
Of course. It's the centerpiece next to the quarterback.
And ball. Yeah. But of course, back to you, Mizzle, for your beloved silver and black, the needs.
Quarterback number 1. Just throw that out there.
You don't believe in Jimmy? In Jimmy, we trust.
They don't have an offensive line to protect Jimmy Garoppolo. He got away with that in San Francisco, aka Santa Clara, because
you almost went Jimmy Butler. Oh wow,
offensive line. But no, a quarterback would be nice. They need a interior defensive player. Linebacker would be nice. Corner. Yeah, that's if you're not going to sign Josh Jacobs, get another running back to go back there. I mean, the wide receiver room is too full. Definitely get a tight end because this draft is heavy.
Yes, it is. Heavy on tight ends.
You can't miss any tight end that's drafted. They're going to be a very good asset to the team.
Yeah.
Definitely find your right side of the line. Please do that. addressed. It doesn't need to be addressed in the first round or the second round, third round or later, where you get you evaluate your best talent will be the best. So, but for the first and second, if we can't get quarterback, I would not even mind taking the guy from Georgia. Just get a right support system around him. The NFL is a lot different now. Yes, I know he's in Vegas, but we have learned from the Henry Ruggs incident. So if we're going to take a character of him, put a support system around him. Put him around Max. Max ain't drank alcohol in about 5 years. The locker room is different now in Vegas. So
very well said. Very well said.
If you're not going to get the quarterback, which if we're not trading up to the third pick, if we're going to sit at 7, get Carter, put him in a support system, I guarantee you Max will take the big brother role and guide that young man. You can already see that Max has already taken over the locker room. Now that Derek Carr is gone, it's Max Crosby locker room. So go that route. I wouldn't mind taking Joey Porter's son out of Penn State, the corner. I like the Witherspoon. He's nice. So
the kid from Morgan Gonzalez.
Gonzalez. I was getting there. But this draft is open, and we have 12 freaking picks. They need to hit on, I'm not going to say you never hit on all your picks. At least hit on 4 and be major picks. So
if you can hit 40% of the time, that's normally a win. It really is.
Yeah. I mean, we know back in the day when the Raiders were drafting, Al Davis was 1 and 2, and the scouting team was 3rd and beyond. Because you saw the difference in talent. First 1, 2 for Al was speed. The rest of the picks were, damn, he's actually a good football player. Yeah, that was a scout. So let's see what Ziegler got. Let's see what if he can. This is his first full draft where we got full Arsenal picks. We didn't do too much in free agency. We focused on the offense a little bit. So I believe we'll go defensive heavy if we don't get a quarterback in the first round. So, but I will.
I got a question.
Yes.
Very well put.
The tight end. Who's your tight end?
He's in now he's in New Jersey.
The one that you traded.
Yeah, Darren Waller. He's with Danny Dimes now. He's in East Rutherford.
Did you guys have another tight end? Was there somebody else? Why did y'all trade him away?
Well, Darren Waller should have been traded last year, if you ask me. So they tried to trade him last year. So this was just, I believe the organization wants to.
If it's just business. But I was trying to remember that he was one of your best weapons. Like
he was, but
the best thing is your best availability is availability, and he wasn't available the past 2 seasons. So,
okay. And was there somebody else that was on your tight end? I'm thinking there was someone else that was balling, or was it really just
Foster Moreau? But we let him go. But he found out that he's dealing with a cancer right now. So
yeah, he's dealing with
okay.
I think it's Hodgkin's lymphoma, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So he's taking the season off.
Okay.
And I believe the Raiders brought him in. I think they're going to probably sign him so he can get the medical. You know how the Raider organization they're going to take. We take what's a Raider always a Raider. So he will be taking. Mark will make sure of that for sure. So tight.
So it was Waller, because it was shocking that I saw Waller get traded. I'm like, why they did that? But you guys are saying
they were trying. Well, keep in mind they were trying to trade him to Green Bay a season ago. So it's not as it's not as shocking for those that have been following the story per se.
Exactly. There you go. I'm an outsider on that.
But yeah, tight end, get somebody to go in the middle with Max. Quarterback, get a quarterback. I mean, we don't even have to get a quarterback in the first round. I mean, I'll take the quarterback from Tennessee. Let him sit back and rehab and learn from Jimmy Garoppolo and Hoyer.
Lee Hooker, not bad.
Actually, if he's there, do that, because I hear Seattle's trying to do that, and I don't need Seattle getting nobody. So yes, please do that. I do not need Seattle to get somebody decent, and then I got to deal with that. So yeah, y'all work on that. Jimmy's a good transitional quarterback. Coming from a Niner fan, he transitioned us very well. Got us to the Super Bowl. Everything. Jimmy will do good for you. I don't need you to do too good because I don't need to hear y'all mouth. But to keep that, you keep that 5-7, between 5 and 7 wins, and y'all will be okay. I don't need that. I don't need y'all getting 12 or 13 wins. And I can't do that. But all right, I'll be nice. 5 to 8 wins. All right, 5 to 8 wins. You'll be good.
I need them to win because that will bring more business to my job. So yes, I need them to win 10 games. I'm trying to get clientele and trying to get business at my job.
But wait, this man wants business, but he doesn't want to be there next year when the Super Bowl is there, where that's going to be the most business.
Thank you, Dub. You are in Vegas.
I don't want to be in town. You damn right.
Yeah, but yet you talking about you want them to win. So
I am not ready for that mass amount of humanity during Super Bowl week. Hell no.
But you want business.
Thank you.
The regular season, you damn right.
Yes. Okay. Money's money.
Trust me. I'm sure you'll get your fans. Oakland still fly over there every weekend. Los Angeles still flying over there every week. Trust me. Los Angeles be flying over to Vegas because we sure know they don't be going to the Rams games because we take care of that.
So we take care of that when we there too. Well, for the other team.
It is Allegiant and Levi South for sure when they go play the Inglewood Chargers and the Rams. That's for certain. It is filled with more silver and black and red and gold when they come as the visitors. That's for damn sure. Yeah. No doubts on that.
It's a vacation spot.
Hey, I'll keep you as long as we keep winning there. Hey, it looks nice. WrestleMania made it look nice.
It actually did.
They sure did. That stage was fantastic.
It took Roman Reigns. It was Roman Reigns' Undertaker entrance, that took forever. He's the new Undertaker of entrance. So
he got paid for that. Hey, hold up. Cody Rhodes took a while too. Cody got to make sure he gets all his fireworks, walking around, give my belt up. Hey, let me see my daughter. Let me hold my daughter. I understand that was just wasting time for Roman to get all set up. But hey, I'm gonna walk around.
I can only imagine what Dusty would have said back. Boy, get
yeah. Yep.
But it's okay. Like I said, it was good. Dub froze up on us over here.
Yeah, it tends to do that around here. He'll fast forward and be in there. We have a few episodes where it happens like this. I don't know what's going on. I have full Wi-Fi and everything going on. So yeah, you're back.
You're back. You're frozen. It was good. You were giving a great Dusty speech. They didn't
damn technology. but no, I had the privilege of meeting and having a conversation with D'Lo Brown. Nice dude, solid, down to earth. Was outstanding. Was telling some stories. And one of the main questions that I asked him was, okay, I know about paying your dues because you do pay your dues in this business before you go mainstream. But I had to ask him, when him and Ron Simmons and Ahmed Johnson had their program in '97 with the Nation Domination, Ahmed Johnson, I just asked him, I said, why was it always you that had to go through the damn table? It was always you. You. But he gave a fantastic answer. He said, because they trusted me enough to make it look good for TV. And he says, when they think that about you, you take that as a high badge of honor because they're trusting you to make it look good on television, which obviously he did because he was always seemed to be, him getting slammed through the broadcast table, the Spanish announce table, him getting the stunner on top of Stone Cold's truck.
Yeah.
For lack of a better term. And then I had talked about how I had saw him perform at the Camp House, and he was talking about how much he loved that building and the history, and we started talking about that. And he also talked about how really him being in the South, of how Dusty Rhodes was really the black people's champion. And I said, really? Even more than the Junkyard Dog? And he said the Junkyard Dog was a sellout. I was like, whoa, really? So he gave me some insight on that. I was like, wow. Yeah, wow, I was right. Because you think of that. But he was talking about how Ahmed was stiff, but he was talking about how Brett was a great worker and kept you safe. Same with The Rock, Undertaker, Stone Cold. And he was like, there's about 100 people I would trust my life with, and there's about 10 I would not. But I just wanted to give D. LeBron a shout out because that was pretty cool to have a conversation with me and just talking about the business. So that just
you'd have to shake his hand for me though.
Go ahead.
You'd have let me get your hands.
So if they trust you going through the table because you can make it look good, then damn, Lana must have been a superstar. Because how many times did she go through that table by Nia Jax in that year? She went through a table every damn Monday, maybe twice a week. Damn, they really trusted her like that. Damn.
I mean, how many times did Mick Foley go through the cage and get thrown off the top of the cage or go through the cage?
That's Mick Foley.
Of course.
He had time and building. I'm talking about Lana. Lana was going through a table every week. I thought they were just
it appeared, yes, Mrs. Rusev appeared to be that way. Yes, indeed. But that was pretty awesome. Actually, I got to get back behind the mic yesterday for a baseball game. It was a lot better than that 12-1 blowout, but it was cool doing high school baseball. Hopefully the chance to do more, but also possibly have the chance to do 2 baseball games a week as opposed to the one that I was doing for football and basketball. So that that's also pretty exciting. And of course, we took the Easter holiday off, but next Sunday we'll be back at it for my broadcast of the A7FL, which is the American Sevens Football League. So again, if you want to try and watch that, there is a YouTube page to where you can hear yours truly and also me providing analysis with Casey Cox and Scott McCorkle, as it's a 3-man booth, and we do have a good time calling this 7-on-7 no padded football, where it is tackle football like you're playing in the backyard, like we used to do it. But instead, it's an actual league. But that's pretty exciting. But as always, we like to say thank you to our subscribers. I think we're up to 73 subscribers now, if I'm not mistaken.
73 subscribers.
I think we're at 73 subscribers. I could be wrong.
I thought we were at like maybe 40 with 70 plus videos. You might have the numbers.
Definitely got a lot of videos. That's for sure.
Yeah.
No, let me give the right number, because we like to actual as we always can't be on the show. So let's give you the right
38 with 70 subscribers. 75. This might be 76 video right here.
Yes. No, this would be our 72nd edition, and we have 38 subscribers. So to our 30th subscribers, we thank you as we give you show number 72 of the Mizzle and Dub Show. Of course, you can always check out our YouTube page, Mizzle and Dub Show, and of course, we now have an Instagram page where you can check us out. It is Mizzle and Dub Show, Mizzle_and_Dub Show_. There's 4 underscores, so catch us on IG. You may get an impromptu IG live show. You never know. Stay tuned. But as always, we thank you for watching. Of course, if you have any comments, please leave them either on the YouTube page and or on the IG page. But of course, our special thanks to our very dear friend and brother and friend of the program, the great Steve Dogan, for his analysis as we preview these NBA playoffs. But also, but before we leave, also we want to give a shout out and a congratulations to the University of Connecticut, to the Huskies. Fantastic game against San Diego State. They were outstanding. Definitely were the better team. And for some strange reason, something about the state of Texas just does wonders for the UConn Huskies. And also, another congratulations to the Bayou Bengals of LSU as they claim their national championship. So shout out to the Lady Bayou Bengals. Any closing thoughts from any of you gentlemen? Mizzle does the John Cena.
Thank you. Thank you once again for having me on there. I would put up my socials, but I don't remember what they is. So, there's some y'all can find me where. Dogan 82. My wife just says that's Dogan 82 on Instagram. You know when you listen to all these podcasts.
Shout out to the missus for the plug.
They say plug this and do all this. I don't know what my socials are anymore. I'm just on there and I'm just your friendly neighborhood Steve. That's all I am. Just watching.
That needs to become a t-shirt for real. Like seriously. That needs to be a t-shirt.
Hang it up on the wall or something.
Just your friendly neighborhood Steve signing out. Thank you again. Love being on the show. As long as I'm not interrupted by work, but as y'all saw, love being on there. Mizzle, like I said, might try to get up there next weekend, have some real fun. You never know. If I'm up there, the cameras might be on, and you never know. It might be a random show coming on.
It could possibly happen. Just mine is just setting up for this good old fight that we've been waiting on, and just hopefully Bud Crawford and Errol Spence can follow the lead of these two young gentlemen, because this is going to be fireworks. They don't.
If you have not watched, if you have not watched All Access between Tank and Ryan Garcia, that's good quality stuff. Watch it.
It's gonna be a good one.
But we may even have an impromptu show talking about that fight on the actual day of the fight. You never know. But anyhow, thank you to all our subscribers. Thank you to all our viewers. As this has been the 72nd edition, 72 shows. My goodness.
Get up there.
Yeah, almost getting up there to 100.
Ooh,
but thank you for watching the.
Y'all better do something special for 100.
Well,
we gonna do something for 100.
Yeah, well, it might be. I'm gonna have to get my son to work on a new intro. We might have to need a new intro for 100.
100.
Yeah, we might need to. We might need a special beat from Zordok for that one.
Indeed.
But anyhow, we thank you again for watching this 72nd edition of the Mizzle Dub Show. And again, our special thanks to Steve for joining us. As always, we thank you for watching. And as always, it's 5 o'clock. Some damn where.
Yes, it is.